All right. Welcome back. Today we are playing the Walking Dead universe role playing game by Free League Publishing again. Because that's what we do here. We just play it forever and ever. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to start today off with a dearly departed monologue. It's something we haven't done in a while that I've been meaning to because you get extra experience for doing it, which is always great. So, we're going to start with that. So, dear guy in the shed, I wish that you would have just come out and talked with us. We didn't want to kill you. You almost killed Nicole, and we couldn't let that happen. Unfortunately, your time is at an end. Hopefully, we don't run into too many people who are like you. Also, your cat ran away. Sorry we couldn't even save it. Your body will lie in that shed forever. May God have mercy on your soul. So, we get to roll. Wait, what is it? I think we get to roll double low, double high, maybe? Hold on. That is a great question. Double low to see how many experience you get. Double low. Oh, hey, you can't see because I don't have it up here. Wham, that's what we rolled, a 6 and a 2. So we get 2 extra experience points. Alright, that puts us up to 7 total. Alright. Then we'll go ahead and get straight into the session. So, decide how much time has elapsed since last time. I think we're going to say, again, we let like a week go by. So, that means we can update. So, Nicole, who got shot last episode, basically, if you have a ration and a safe place to sleep, you get to heal 1 point every day. So, basically, take her 2 days to fully recover. And excuse me. So it's been about a week. Roll for each clock on the challenge sheet. So let's do that. So we've got the hospital from last time. The new rumor. Look, it's not going up because we rolled a 1. The helicopter protected by the old guy. We have to roll a 6. Nope. A trap grouped. We'd have to roll a 5 or higher. Nope. The food bank is also 5 or higher. Nope. Then the military group taking out the swarm, making way for reinforcements. We only have to roll a 3. Nope. And the rocket launcher surrounded by, or that's guarded by the military group. That one does go up because it was at 1. Now it's at 2. Okay. Then we will roll for the end game. The military group looking for whoever killed their leader. That one is going to go up. Then we'll roll for the firefighters. Got to get a 5 or higher. Nope. And the military group, 3 or higher. Or it is at 3, so it'd have to be a 4 or higher. So actually, that one doesn't go up. It's at 3. All right, cool. Create a new rumor if there are less than 6. There are not less than 6. So we don't have to do that. Update our Haven projects. Okay, well, our current project is range combat training. Now, I did look into this a little bit, and I believe that we can also get ourselves trained with +1 in ranged from John. I'm going to have to double check it, but I believe John is going to be able to train us as well so that we can up our range skill. Because you can teach up to 5 people and give them +1. So, right now there's only 4, not including us, so we should be able to. Let me double check something really quick and just read about it. Projects, Teaching Survivor. In addition to upgrading their Haven, PCs can also improve NPC survivors. An untrained NPC rolls 4 dice for everything, but if they have become trained, they get to add, or they get to roll 5. Expert, they do another 3, which is 8. A PC or NPC can teach one skill to a group of up to 5 unskilled NPCs. Okay, so not PCs. The teacher must have at least level 2 in the skill being taught. Teaching takes 1 month. Neither the teacher nor the NPC may work other projects during this time. An NPC who is trained in a skill might become an expert if taught by an NPC or PC who is at least 4 in the relevant skill. The teacher can only have 1 student at a time, and it takes 6 months to become an expert. And neither of you can do anything during that teaching period as far as stuff goes. Okay. An NPC cannot be taught to become a master in a skill. They have to be just that way. Okay. So here's the deal. We are updating our project, which is a week has gone by, so we will update that time. We're also going to update the time for John to recover from his internal injury. So John only has about 2.5 weeks of recovery left, and we have about another 2 weeks before he's done training the other NPCs. All right. Number 5, decide on a challenge and activate it. So let's go back to our challenge sheet really quick. So what went up? We really didn't have that much go up. We had the rocket launcher thing go up, or the grenades, or whatever it is. And we had the end game go up a little bit. So I think we're going to be dealing with that today. Hello, whoever's watching. Okay. So we went on a run the other day. There's not a whole lot that we need. I guess we could run over to the bunker really quick and give them tools, but I don't really think we need anything from them at the moment. So I don't think we're going to do that either. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so last time we got the tractor, which needs fixed up, and a broken Vespa, which also needs fixed up. Well, the tractor isn't broken yet, but the tractor has 1 day left of driving. 1 day of driving before it breaks down. So I guess, and we do have some tools, but we don't have any car parts or whatever. So I guess we could go out looking for that. So I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. I think that sounds like a good plan to me. So we are going to... Yeah. So we are going to go and do that. We're going to go find some kind of... car part store or something. Like an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's or something. And we're going to try and do that. So let's go to here. So when you want to figure out where you can find a certain item, you make a survival roll. If you survive, or if you do it, you know a sector in the map where it can be found. So let's do that. So we are going to roll a survival check. We get 6 dice. Woohoo! Let's see. We got a success, which means we know of a car part store where we might be able to find what we're looking for. Okay, so let's say the Vespa, which is broken down, we'll say that it has whoa, I just messed that up. Oh well. The Vespa, maybe it needs spark plugs or something, I don't know. And the tractor, maybe it just needs an oil change or something. Not anything that's too bad, but that could get a lot worse. Or maybe the hydraulics in some of it is out or who knows what. Let's whatever the problems with it is, actually tell you what, let's do this. We do have tools and we do have someone who's trained in tech. Kate is trained in tech. So we're going to have Kate roll to see if she can determine like what parts we need for the Vespa and the tractor. So she's going to roll and see. Yes, she succeeds. So we do know what parts we need, and we do know where we can find those parts. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to take Kate with us so she can get the parts for us. Or like when we get to the store, she'll be able to point out the parts or find them or whatever. So we will do that. We'll take Kate with us. Okay, so we figured out what we're going to do today. My goodness, I really wish I would stop doing that. I keep messing up my thing. Okay, so we decide on the challenge. We're going to activate it. Run a scene where the other NPCs interact with the challenge if we need to, which we don't really need to. So other than like who's going on the run. So I think we're going to take Kate with us. And I think that we'll take Samuel with us too. He's been able to spend a couple of weeks with his kid, Denise, and I think we'll just take those two. Maybe we should take Daniel too. You know what? Yeah, I think we'll take Daniel too. And since we got some extra weapons last time, we might be able to even, let's see here, because we got a submachine gun, which does 2 damage, gives a +3 to hit, but can only be used at short range. And we also got 2 rifles, which give a +2, do 2 damage, but can be used at long range. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave the submachine gun at the Haven, but I think that Daniel and Kate are both going to bring rifles. So everybody's going to have a rifle except for us. We have the assault rifle, which is a little bit better. So, but everybody else is going to be using just their rifles, which I think is a good thing. It'll give them some, like, training, so to speak, because they're using their rifles. Okay. So yeah, actually I think we're going to bring those 4 and we'll go on the run. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a couple of random, well, not really random rolls, but where is this? Here we go. All right, ruins. So we are going to head on our way. Let's go over to our map really quick. Boop. Okay. So the one thing we have to determine is we're here, this is our Haven. So we need to determine where could we go to find this thing. So I'm going to say it's probably going to be in a nearby town. We've already been to this town here. So I'm going to say that it's this town up here, which is Elway? I don't know. I can't read that very well. I think it's Elway. I don't know. I'm blind. I can't tell very well. So this town right here is where we're going to be going to. So we're going to roll a D. Well, we can't really do a C6 or a D6 because it's in, well, we'll just say it's either in this section, or this section. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Good. So that's actually going to be the closest one. Oh, you guys can't see that. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Bam. 6. So that's going to be in section B4. So we only need to drive 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3 back. So it's going to be at least a 2-day journey with the truck. which means we are going to have to, we might just drive there and then stay at like somewhere there, I don't know, and then we'll drive back. So it's going to be a 2-day trip, and we're going to see how this goes, because our car can only drive 5 in 1 day. So we're going to go back over to the map really quick. So we have already been, whoa, that's wrong. Go back. So we've already been through this section here, and this section when we went over to the bunker, which I believe is here in C4. Is it in C4? Hold on. Maybe we haven't been through all those. The bunker is in C4. So if it's in C4, that means it was here. So we actually probably have already been through this sector, because I think we went up, up, over. So maybe we'll just go up, up, over again. So because we've already been through all these sectors, I'm going to say we only have to do 1 scout roll for all of them. Because we've been through these. So we somewhat know them, but we don't know them completely. We haven't like scouted it thoroughly. So we're going to do that. All right. So we're going, it's not a new sector, but we're going to make a scout roll. I believe we get 6 dice. Hold on. Yep. For scout, we get 6 dice. So we're going to roll 6 dice. We succeed. So we are able to drive through these sectors without slowing down, as well as we will be able to see any kind of threats in this area. So we are going to drive. We will find the part store, and then at the part store, we're going to roll a couple of things on the theme oracle to see what's going on at this place. So we're going to roll. This is going to be what theme number? So theme number 5, and then we'll do red as 10s and black as 1s. So 34. So it's going to be number 5, 34, which is hope. Hope is great. Hope is real good. Then we're going to do another one, which is going to be theme 4, number 11, which is alliance. Interesting. So hope and alliance. So we're going to say, let's see here. So hope and alliance at the store. So we're going to say that maybe there's some kind of faction here. I think that is not too far off. So hope and alliance. You know, and this is actually fairly close to, let's take a look back at our map. So we're in section B4. Oh my goodness, I keep hitting this button. We're in section B4. That's where this hardware store, well, not hardware, but the part store is. And maybe as we're approaching it, we see, or you know what it could be? Could be there's something on the radio. I think that's what we'll do. So there is, so what is one of our things that got filled in today? The end game did, as well as the rocket thing did. Okay, so here's what we're going to say. So we drive over to this place. It has, we're going to say there is a threat level of 1. We're going to say there are definitely dead in the area. There's no, at least no people that we've seen so far. So it's going to be threat level 1. Let's roll for a random swarm size. Swarm size 4. That's a big swarm size, so that's bad for us. So there's quite a few. So swarm size 4 is anywhere between like 50 to 100 walkers in the area, which kind of makes sense. It's a small looking town. We're down toward the bottom, so it's not like there's going to be thousands of them or anything. But yeah, not exactly good for us. I don't know that I'm gonna keep doing like just roll a random swarm size on a d6 because I don't feel like this early on it's very realistic to have like 1,000+ walkers wandering around together unless we were in like Atlanta, but this is like a fairly small town. But anyways, I think this is fine for a fairly small town. Is so anyways, I digress. So we go into this building, looking for the, let's see here. Looking for the parts that we're coming for. And there's a Hope and Alliance theme. So what we're going to say is inside we can hear a radio going off. That's why the threat level is going to be at 1, because there is some noise in this area. Threat level 1. On the radio, we hear a message. So we're going to do a double high. Is the message from a faction that we already know of? Yes, it is. So that means it could be from the military group. It could be from the firefighters. It could be... I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So it could be the firefighters, the military group, the bunkies, who I don't think they have a radio because we've already met them. Let me see. They have food, medicine, advanced medical gear. They do have a radio, so maybe it's the bunkies. So it could be the bunkies, the firefighters, the dead people, or the military group. Let's see here. It could also be the food bank people. So there's kind of 4 groups that it could be. So how can we do 4 groups with d6s? Okay, we'll do just a d6, and we will ask: is it the bunker or the military group? And if the answer is yes, then obviously it'll be one of those 2. If not, it'll be one of the other 2. So is it the bunker or the military group? That's a no. So that means it's going to be one of the other 2. So is it the firefighters or the food bank group? So we're going to roll, is it the firefighters, yes or no? It is. So we hear a radio transmission from the firefighters. So let's go over to the firefighters. Okay, so this is a faction that we created before. It's like the first faction that you create, and it's quite a ways away from us. We don't know a lot about it. So they have the leadership is a democracy. Everyone has a vote. They need food. They are a group of firefighters. They act like the world is mostly the same. They have firefighting equipment, radio equipment, and a ladder truck in working condition. But they have an issue. Their issue is they are addicts. They came across a large cache of drugs and alcohol shortly after the outbreak. Their haven is an old firehouse, and they have some other stuff. Okay, so we hear them on the radio, let's say. And their message is a message of hope and alliance. Now, whether that's true or not, because like just like in the show, they had like Terminus, right? Those who arrive survive. So it was a message of hope, a message of alliance, but not necessarily true. So we don't know if this is going to be true, but this is going to give us. So here's what we're going to say: the fire, and this is what the firefighters were at the beginning. It's also been probably about a month or so since we began the campaign. Like as far as like time passing, I think it's been a month, maybe a little bit more than that, like 5 weeks or something. Either way, so they could have grown since then. They could have shrunk since then. This could just be like they could have gotten overrun by walkers and like their radio transmission is still playing. Like who knows? But anyways, so we'll say they are sending a radio transmission that is let's do promising safety. So they're promising safety. They're promising like maybe they're promising food and promising trying to think what else they could be promising. I think safety and food are pretty good for now. So they're promising safety, food, as well as suggesting they want to trade with people. So that's what we that's what we're going to hear as far as on the radio when we go into the store. Now, we make it into this little area, and we are going to roll for, let's roll for, like, stealth, I think. Because, again, the radio's on, there are walkers around, which means there is a chance we could be, like, attacked by a single walker. So I think we're going to roll stealth. So we have stealth. We get to roll 6 dice. So wham, we succeed. And then each of the other NPCs who's out with us. Oops, that doesn't work. Each of the other NPCs who's out with us are not trained. So they all get 4 dice. So this is Daniel. This is Kate. So Kate's going to fail. And Samuel, unless Samuel gets 2, which I doubt, but nope. So Kate is the only one who is not very stealthy. She's too busy looking for the correct parts. So what we're going to say is we're all walking around. We're looking for parts. We're trying to stay quiet. And Kate fails. She's going to like get up on some boxes or something, and she's going to knock like a bunch of the boxes off her stuff. It's going to make some noise, and we will do just a single dice. Actually, I think we'll roll on like the messing up oracle. I think we can do that for them. So red dice is 10s. So it's going to be number 63. An issue from the challenge sheet comes into play, or the end game worsens. An issue from the challenge sheet. Okay, well, here's one. So Kate is broken. She thinks the walkers are still alive, or could be still alive. She convinced Betty, which is the teenager from our haven, that there will be a cure, and so because of that, she doesn't want to kill any more of the dead. So when she makes a noise, we'll say like a walker was maybe underneath like the shelving or something, and it comes out and like grabs onto her, and it's going to get her. And she's just trying to kick it off, and we're like, just stab it, just kill it. And she's like, no, 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 no. So she's refusing to kill the thing. So what we'll do is our character, because our character wants to protect the weak, is going to run over there, and we're going to try and stab it to death. So we have 3 strength, 2 close combat, and 2 for our knife. So we roll a total of like 7 dice. So let's roll it. Okay, we got multiple successes. So it grabs onto her. It's trying to get to her. She refuses to kill it, so we have to run over and stab it. Actually, tell you what. So that was our stab. Our stab's going to be good. Let's also do a mobility check to see if we can run over there in time. We get 5 dice for our mobility, so let's roll it. So we're not going to get over there in time. So, I wonder if we should push the roll. Tell you what, our drive is, I saw my friend get eaten and I won't let that happen again. So we can actually use our drive to roll an extra 2 dice on this. So we're going to use our drive. I don't know if you can do it like this, where you do it after you roll, but it's the first time I've ever used the drive, so I'm going to use it anyways. And we're going to roll 2 extra dice. Success. Okay. So we use our mobility. We run over in time. While she's struggling with it, she's able to get enough away. And boom! We stab it to death. Now, this is going to bring up an issue, which is Kate. So this is the first time that we've seen that Kate is not willing to kill walkers anymore. So we're gonna have a little role-playing moment with her really quick. So our character Steve is gonna be like, what the heck? Why didn't you just kill the dang thing? Like, it was gonna eat you. Like, you could have died. Like, if that thing bites you, you're screwed. It's game over for you. You're gonna be out of here. Like, we can't let you do that. And she has leadership, and I think she also has some manipulation. No, well, she's not trained in it, but she could roll manipulation. So we're gonna have her roll manipulation because she's gonna be like lying, and she's gonna say like, because she obviously knows that she's in the wrong here, I guess is a way of putting it. But she doesn't want to like explain to us because obviously we don't understand. We don't care. We're killing the dead. We don't care about this whole like whatever, which is why she hasn't brought it up with us. She's only brought us up with the kids so far. So what we're gonna do is she's going to roll manipulation, so she gets 4 dice. It's kind of like a lying, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just freaked out. I didn't know." Like, I just freaked out. I'm sorry. So if she gets a success, we will believe that, okay, she was just freaking out. Like, mistakes happen. It's cool. Oh, she gets 2 successes. So yeah, definitely is going to work on us. So she's going to be like, look, I'm sorry. I just freaked out. Like, I've never had one grab me that close before. And we're going to be like, okay. I'm sorry that we got angry at you. It's okay. Like, just relax, okay? You're alive. We're all alive. Nobody got hurt, so we're good. I'm gonna say that was stressful for our character, though. So our stress level is gonna go up to 1, I think. All right, so now we're going to roll survival checks because we're looking for this item or these items. So we roll 6 survival, and we have 1 stress dice now. So we're going to roll. We got 0 successes. So I think we're going to push the roll, because we really need to find these parts. So we know that there could be parts in this area, which is why we're doing what we're doing. So we're going to go up to stress level 2. We're going to push our roll, and hopefully we find these parts. Oops, my 1 did not make it in the box. Okay, so we did get 1 success. So we aren't able to find... That was not a success. So we're not able to find like anything extra. We won't get to roll on the scavenging table. But we are able to find the few parts that we need. So we get the parts. we'll say we go outside, load them in the truck. Now, we're going to roll a couple of other things really quick. So, we're going to roll and see a couple of things because it's going to take us at least the rest of the day plus part of the next day in order to return back to the Haven with these parts. So we found the part for the broken Vespa, and we've found the part for the tractor to repair it. So we're going to be able to fix up both of those things as long as somebody rolls good enough on their tech stuff to fix it up. But in the meanwhile, we're going to have to find somewhere to camp out for the night, basically. So what we're going to do is we are going to roll on the... So we're going to go, like, exploring. I think our characters... I think we'll leave town because there's quite a few people in this area. So we're going to leave town, and we're going to drive over into the nearby area. So let's go over to the map really quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right now we are in this area here, B4. But if you look, this area, because we could make it to this area, or this area. Well, not this area, because that's where our home is. But we could make it to any of these 3 squares, or even like maybe this square to this square. But this square is fairly empty, right? So I think that our characters can go down this little road here, and maybe we camp either in this area or this area. But either way, we'll be able to find kind of like a more empty place. But what we're going to do is we're going to roll on the wilderness part of a sector for a description of maybe something that's in the area. So red dice is 10s, black dice is not. Oh, let's pull up our playing screen again. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. First, what we'll do is we'll roll a mobility roll because we're going to drive away from this area, and we want to drive away without attracting more walkers. So we are going to drive. We get 5 plus the car gives us another 2, I believe. Let me double check that really quick. Blah 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 blah. And that's how many we can drive in a day. That's not it. Yeah, car gives us +2. So we get a total of 7 dice, and we're going to try and drive away. Actually, tell you what, because we're in town, let's actually try and... Maybe let's try and find a spot for gas really quick before we leave. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll do a survival check. 3, 4, 5, 6. Survival check. Do we know of any gas stations in the area? Sure do. Cool. So what we'll do is we will drive over to a little gas station really quick. And we're going to roll. So there's still going to be walkers in the area. I think we're still going to be at 1. But because we got a successful mobility roll, we're able to drive without running into the swarm or making it worse. So we're going to drive up to a gas station. We are going to... let's roll again. So it's going to be theme 3, number 25, which is going to be rebellion, and 446 defense. Rebellion and defense. Okay. So here's what we're going to say. So we drive up to the gas station, or we drive up toward the gas station, and because it's defense and rebellion, we're going to say that in this area there was like a haven, right? And half of the Haven, or a chunk of the Haven, wanted to do things one way. Maybe they were like, hey, let's let everybody in. We'll be nice to everybody, share. There was another group that was like, no, we need to protect what's ours. Whatever. So one of those two groups, one of the two parts, was the quote-unquote rebellion. And this is where they've set up their little haven, their little defense stuff. So we're going to roll for, we're basically going to make a little bit of a new faction here, I think. So the rebellion, so first we're going to roll, is the group here the Protect What's Ours group? And if the answer is no, then this is going to be the we need to share and be nice to everybody group. So is this the rebellious, or not rebellious, is this the we need to protect our stuff group? That's an extreme yes. So this is going to be the, so let's come up with a name for this new faction. So they are in area B4. B4. Let's go and do our faction creation. Do I have faction creation on here? I don't, so I've got to go all the way and find it in the rules. That's annoying, but that's okay. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about those. Here we go. Creating a faction. So we will roll for faction. So we're going to do the name. All right, so the new faction, we're going to call them the how about we call them Young? Nah. I'm trying to think of something, because they're at a gas station, so maybe we do like gas guzzlers. Gas guzzlers. I like that. So they're in area B4. Now let's roll to see what the faction size is. A 3 is between 11 and 15. So there's quite a few of them. What type are they? So we've kind of already talked about the type they are. So the type is they want to defend their stuff, not overly friendly, or wanting to set up trade routes / help others. Okay. Then what kind of leadership do they have? We can roll for that. So we're going to do a roll. Number 1, a tyrant who controls everything. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Leader is a tyrant who controls everything. So we'll make him in just a minute. What kind of assets, what kind of resources do they have? So I think we're going to say that they have, obviously, assets. We're going to do, they have cars and gasoline. Heck, maybe let's do one more roll. We're going to do one roll on the faction asset chart, which is a 6. They have technology from the pre-outbreak world, for example, a generator, hot water, functional high-tech defense system, a radar device, or functional communication with other groups. So we'll say they have like a generator. I think that's a good one. Generator. that excuse me. So they're going to have a generator and power in the gas station. That'll allow them to like pump the fuel that's in the tanks out and stuff. So maybe they have like a functioning. So I'm going to say that it's basically a functioning gas station. All right. Then we need, what are their needs? Needs. So we're going to roll for their needs as well. Number 4, they need hope. The faction is about to fall apart from hopelessness and turmoil. That makes sense. They need to find something that makes them believe in a future again. Needs hope. About to fall apart from turmoil. So maybe people don't really like the leader, but the leader is strong. And so that's why they're sticking around. Okay, let's do, what is the faction issue, which is a D66. So we're going to do red is the 10s again. We're just going to do that all the time. So it's going to be a 44. Weak, scared, and desperate. Oh, great. Issues. Weak, scared, desperate. That's interesting. And then their haven. Where's their haven? Their haven is a gas station. Haven is a gas station. Let's see what their like defenses are and stuff. Let's see if there's a role for that. Haven characteristics. So we're gonna do we're gonna roll a double low for their capacity, because if they're weak, scared, and desperate, they probably don't have a great capacity. So we're gonna do a double low for it. It's a 1, which means their capacity is at -1 and they're literally starving. That's bad for them. So they are starving. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Haven is a gas station. Capacity is -1. And then let's roll for their defense. I think their defenses, we're also going to roll a double low, because I don't think their defenses are going to be that high. Like, it's a gas station. Like, and we'll kind of determine. So it's a 1. So it has a defense of 1, which means it's very basic. Capacity is -1. Defense is 1. All right. Then we need to make some important NPCs. Important NPCs. So, obviously the most important one is their leader, which is, we'll say his name is, like Tony Kawasaki. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to make our own. So their leader is Tony. He is we'll say he was like a biker. He is expert at close combat, as well as maybe he's pretty good at, not an expert, but we'll do trained as a leader, manipulation, ranged combat, force. Actually, let's do him an expert at force. So he's really strong, and we'll also give him training in mobility for like being able to drive his bike around. And then his gear, we'll give him like we'll give him like a sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. Ooh, that means if we ever get into close combat with him, we're gonna be screwed. He's got a sledgehammer. He's got his bike. Or his motorcycle, I guess. It's not a bike. Motorcycle. And we'll also say he has a revolver. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So Tony, he's the leader, and then maybe his second in command, we'll say his name is Al. He was also a biker. Maybe he's like Tony's friend. And he's going to be expert. He's really good at driving, so we'll do him an expert at mobility. And then we'll have him trained in close combat, ranged combat, force, and endurance. Okay. Then we'll do one other NPC who's kind of like maybe the weakest in the group. We'll say we'll do her name is Shelly, and maybe she was a housewife or a homemaker. That sounds nicer. And we're gonna have her be expert in manipulation. And she's going to be trained in close combat and stealth, as well as maybe medical and survival. Okay. And, Al the biker, his gear, he's got a knife. He also has a pistol and a motorcycle. And then the gear for Shelly, we're going to give her she secretly has a pistol. Secret pistol. She also has like brass knuckles. And maybe she has basic medical, because she does have a medical skill. Okay, so we've made this faction, the Gas Guzzlers. So we're going to do ourselves a scout roll, see if we can spot these guys before they spot us. Plus we have to roll our 2 stress dice. I forgot those. Okay, so we are able to see them, but we mess up. So we see them before they see us, but we mess up. So let's roll on the mess up oracle really quick, which is going to be here. Bam, a 56. The secret issue for your haven or an NPC is revealed, or the end game starts. Well, the end game's already started, so it's not that. Secret issue for our haven. Let's look at our secret issue for our haven. The secret issue for our haven is it's a target for plunderers. Great. So while we're away, our haven... I gotta make a note of this. So while we're away, it's gonna be attacked. While away. So we'll do like a little cutscene. So we are currently we're looking for these guys, and while we're gone, our haven is going to be attacked. So it cuts to them. They're like training on their guns. They're training, there's little kids running around, and there's only there's 4 kids there, 5 if you include the teenager, and 2 normal people there. Oh, this is bad. All right, so it's going to be attacked while we're away. It's a target for plunderers, so somebody is going to attack it. We'll figure that out next time. Okay, so that's what our mess up does. Wow, that blows chunks, but that's okay. All right, so that's that. Then But we are able to see the maybe we're like driving toward the gas station and we see a couple of people like walking around outside, like smoking a cigarettes or something. Like, I don't know, they're chilling. So we're gonna roll stealth checks, and we're gonna do a group stealth checks. So we get 6 dice plus our 2 stress dice. Wow, we got 4 successes, which means just off of our roll, everybody else is going to be successful on their stealth, even if nobody else gets any. So we'll roll the 4 for everybody else. So Samuel's good on his own. Whoa, my goodness. Somebody else rolled 3, and the last one rolled their own as well. So we got a total of, what is that, 9? We got a total of 9 stealth successes. So we like turn the car off. We sneak all the way over to this gas station because like we desperately need gas. So I'm going to say that 4 of those successes are obviously for us to stealth our way there, which means we still have 5 left. I'm going to say we can use those 5 to give us an extra dice to accomplish something if we're still like sneaking around. So let's do a scout roll. We're going to look around and see if we can find, well, this is probably more of a survival roll. So we're going to look and see if we can find some kind like maybe like gas cans or something that we can grab and just take with us. Because we just came here to get some gas. If we can sneak in, get some gas and leave, we'll be all right. So I'm going to say we use 1 of our extra dice. So we go down to only having 4 extra of the stealth dice. So we are rolling a total of 7 plus our 2 stress dice. So this is to look and see if we can find some gas cans. We sure can. So we got 2 successes. So we're able to find some gas cans. We'll say we find 1d6 gas cans, and our extra success will roll on the scavenging table. So we find 1d6 gas cans all in a pile. Oh man, we found 6. So we find 6 in this little like pile. All right, then we're going to roll on the scavenging table. So hundreds, tens, ones. So 115 on the scavenging table. Let's look that up really quick. 115, we find a toy soldier. Nothing incredibly good. Great. Anyways, so yeah, we're looking pretty good here. So we found 6 gas cans. Since it's so much gas, I'm going to say we roll double high. Is the gas can guarded by somebody? No, it's not. That was a double high, but it's still a no. So nobody's even guarding these cans. So I'm going to say we sneak over. So we've snuck over. We kind of snuck over. There's just this pile of gas cans that are out. And so we're going to go over and we're going to grab as many as we can. So we grab 2, maybe Samuel grabs 2, and Daniel grabs 2 as well. And then maybe Kate was the one who rolled like so many. She rolled 3 successes for stealth on her own. And so she's going to like be a little lookout and like tell us when to go and stuff. And we are going to grab these gas cans and we're going to go away. So we're going to get back to the car. We're going to fill it up. Let me make a note of this really quick. So we now have lots of gas times. We'll say we have 5 gas cans in our truck now. We'll use 1 to fill it up the rest of the way. And now we still have 5 more gas cans. So we are looking really good on gas for quite a while. So we put all those in, and then we're going to drive away. So we're going to do a mobility roll again, which we get 5, 6, 7. And we're going to drive away and see if maybe they hear us. Tell you what, we're going to use one of our stealth die to get an extra dice. Plus our 2 stress dice. We're going to go. Bam. So we succeed on getting away, but we do mess up. So let's roll the mess up oracle one more time. Wow, we've got a lot of mess ups today, which is not great. Okay. Boop. Messing up. 63. An issue from the challenge sheet comes into play or an end game worsens. So here's what we'll say. Okay, so here's something interesting. Oh, we forgot to do this. So this faction needs an end game. End game. Their end game is to take over a safer haven. So we're going to say that it gets worse. So we're able to drive away safely, but we're going to say that these guys, they spot us as we're driving away. And so, okay, maybe these guys are going to go target our haven. So I think this is what we're going to have happen. So their end game, so this group, what they want at the moment is to take over a safer haven that's got food in it, it's got supplies. So we drive away, but maybe they see our vehicle, like they don't know that we stole gas from them or anything. All they know is that they see our car as maybe like driving down the road quite a ways away. So we're driving down the road, we're trying to get away. And we're successful at that, but they do spot us. So they know kind of the general direction that we're in. And maybe they hop on their bikes and they try and follow us. So what we're going to do is we'll have them do, maybe they'll send out Al because he's their best driver. He has a 8 because he's an expert in mobility. And then let me see what he gets from the vehicles. He has a motorcycle. It has a +3 to maneuverability too. That's great. Okay, so he gets like 11 dice. So we're going to say that we got 2 successes. So if he gets more than 2 successes, we'll say that he's able to like track us to where we stop for the night. Let's roll and see what he gets. Wow, all those dice and he only gets 1 success. So luckily, he's not able to track us to wherever we go, our little like campsite area that we're going to set up for the night. But yeah. So we're able to get out of town and we're going to go out into the wilderness. So we're going to say that the swarm size is going to go away. So we're not exactly in a safe spot. We're going to say that the threat level for now is also going to go down. Give me just a second. Grab it. Okay. So we and then while we're driving, we'll have a little moment where we're able to relieve stress. So our stress is going to go down as well to 1 because we can do that once per like session or whatever if you have time to talk with like the other NPCs, role play a nice moment. So we'll just say like we're all driving and we're like really psyched up about that we were just able to sneak in, grab gas that was completely unprotected and get out without any problems. Like nobody saw us, nobody knew we were there, that kind of a thing. So we're going to say, we're just all really excited about that. It's just a good moment for the group. We are all getting along. Everything's okay. And so our stress level is going to decrease 1. Okay, so we're going to set up for the night. We do have survival gear that we got. So I'm going to say survival gear is basically like a tent basically something we can set up as a like a temporary haven kind of a deal. So we are gonna go up to camping in the wild. If you use survival to set up a camp in the wilderness, you create a haven with capacity 0, defense 1. Okay, so we're gonna use survival. We get 1 stress dice, so we have 6 plus a stress dice, plus, because of our survival gear, we get an additional 2, because it's like you have a tent, you have stuff. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Oh my gosh. We can't even push the roll because we rolled a mess up. So, here's what happens. Maybe, so we're trying to set up for the night, and maybe things are just going really poorly. And tell you what, let's roll on the mess up table and see. Wow, we've rolled 3 mess ups basically today. That's horrible. Okay, messing up. 32. You are lost or someone important is put into danger. Great. So this is a perfect time to get lost. So here's what we'll do. So we drive out a little bit into the wilderness. Let's roll a random wilderness thing. Okay, so we're gonna roll a random wilderness situation. Number 13, a swamp with sunken walkers who will attack from beneath. Awesome. So that's how we're gonna be in danger. So we end up in this little swampy area, and we're like, okay, let's set up here. So we set up camp, or we start to set up camp, and we all go to sleep for the night. And in the middle of the night, these walkers are going to get up out of the ground, and they're going to try and attack us. So we wake up in the middle of the night. We'll say it's going to end up being a double low swarm size, because I don't feel like a lot of them could come out at the same time. So we're going to do double low swarm size. I don't think that makes sense, though. To have 50 walkers pop out of the swamp? I don't think so. Maybe we'll just do swarm size 2. I think swarm size 2 is pretty how it would actually be. See, this is a problem with all this rolling. I wish they would have a random swarm size table, but they don't. And I'm not doing a 4 size for this. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say it's swarm size 2. So we're going to pull that out. Swarm size, we'll do 2. We'll say it's a high. I would have probably done 1, but because we rolled 4s, we'll say that it's swarm size 2. Okay. The threat level when we wake up is going to be at threat level 4. So they're going to be pretty close to us. And we already have 1 stress. Now, luckily, our character does not take extra stress when the threat level goes up past 3. Because we have the Center of the Storm talent. So, we've not made it back to our haven yet. But this is pretty much where we're going to have to end for today. Because I've got to get to work and stuff. But this is going to be interesting. So tomorrow, we're going to have to fight this swamp swarm. So let's make a little note of this really quick. So we are in a swampy area, no defense from our makeshift haven, and attacked by swarm size 2, threat level 4, walkers in the middle of the night. Then we're also going to say, so we're going to have issues with that. And then let's see what else is going on. Our villa is also going to be attacked while we're away. Haven attacked while away. That is going to be bad as well. Attacked while, or we tell you what we'll say. Because of how things have played out, it's not going to be attacked while we're away. The Haven will be scouted by enemy faction gas guzzlers. So what we'll say is, so the gas guzzler guy, they weren't able to catch up to us, but they are going to find our Haven and scout it out while we were away. So that when... So, but then it's going to be a target for plunderers. So it's now a target. Haven will be scouted by enemy faction gas guzzlers. Maybe we'll have a chance to see them on the road before they return to their Haven. So maybe we'll see them on the road. We'll see what kind of happens. But yeah, that's what we're going to do next time. So this was an interesting little issue for us. We're going to have some issues and stuff. Luckily, things aren't too bad. So an additional challenge is going to be Haven is target for the gas guzzlers. And we also need to add that to our Haven sheet. So target for plunderers, specifically the gas guzzlers. Okay, and then our character is currently at 1 stress. We gotta mark that down. So we will get some extra experience for next time and things like that, but we'll see what happens. So anyways, that is our session for today. Join me tomorrow and we'll get a bunch of stuff done, hopefully. But anyways, thanks for watching. Follow or whatever, or come watch like the back episodes on YouTube. I probably should start saying this stuff at the beginning of the episode for anybody who like starts off. You can go on my YouTube and watch all the previous episodes. This is episode 7. You can subscribe there. I basically am dropping an episode every day, like an hour-long episode. So it ought to be fun. Eventually we'll die and maybe make a new character, maybe not. Maybe I'll call it because not a lot of people watch this, but we'll see. Anyways, it's been fun, and thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.